Okay, let's go over Breeze really quickly, an overview, and then we'll get into some of the detailed items. So we're going to find Breeze on our device, and if you need help installing it, let me know. So here we have people, tags, events, and follow-ups. Those are the only ones any of us really are going to be worrying about. So under people, obviously you can find anybody, enter new people. Under tags, let's go in here and take a look. All tags. Under these tags we have children's ministries, elders, other ministries. Here are our active visitors identified, people who may need baptism in the future so we can contact them the next day we do it. Pastor Buckles' Sunday school class. Let's see. Coach's class here. People who are requesting CDs. People who are in charge of chairs. Church staff, that's us in the office. This is Harold. If you ever need copier help, you just call this number. And then, let's see here. This is Sunday school class for Miss Dooley. These are, if we ever have to order envelopes, I added this contact info. We've got Eric McGeorge, elder. These are all the people he is over as an elder. Finance committee is right here. Greeters, InReach team. Cunningham is an elder over these people. Kelvin is an elder over these people. So when we enter people, we by their last name, select the elder, tag them with the elder who is over them. So if anything happens, we can, with that person, we can easily click that elder and send him a message and let him know. Let's see, John Long's class, Magnets USA, Marriage Alive, Martin's class. These are all of the folks I have as tagged as members. This is the middle school missions committee. People going on to Guatemala, people to Romania, West Virginia people, people who may need discipleship entered into here, maybe new salvations. We would tag with this. This is one of the newer elders will be over these people. Your praise team, Dreama. Youth, Musclemen, that'll be replaced with the new elder. Pastor Buckles is an elder over these people. This one also will be edited. Run for God people, security team, Steve Warren, that'll be edited. This is the Thrive Young Adult class. Ushers, van ministry people, that would be David Waller and I think Chris Fitzgerald. Visitation ministry, these are the people that Pastor Buckles visits frequently with Randy or whoever else is going. This is the visitation team. Let's just see who's on that team. We have Pastor Buckles, Randy, Pastor Jay, and Michael Shepard. Pastor Shepard. These are the people who are going to be going on these visits. Let's get back down to that. And then we have people marked as visitors. All the new visitors who come. Until they have become an active visitor, then I change that tag to active visitor. Widows ministry, these are the folks that Verna and Bob had given me as widows they were taken care of, and Pastor Michael's people. So let's say we need to talk to our bus folks because someone needs a ride. Van ministry, we can just go into tags, van ministry, and then if someone happens to be joining that team, we would add them here. But if someone needs a ride, what I would do is send an email in addition to a text. So let's say I need to email these gentlemen, and Betty Griggs needs a ride. So we enter that in here, and then I might say, would it be possible for you to pick her up? And I put her phone number, and then I would send that to him. And I would also do the texting the same way. Now, the texting does not give our information. It just sends a text with a code, and they cannot respond. But I could say, you can reply to me at this number, my own cell number, or call me at the church, blah, blah, blah. So we do have unlimited texting as part of our plan. So this is what we would do. We would send them a text. So just in that alone, you can see how useful this program can be. If someone requests CDs, we can tag them here. Anybody who happens to receive that request, if I'm not here, or if it's not during office hours, they could just simply go in there and tag that person with CD request. And then I'll go through there later. So let's say Pastor Jay wants to talk to all the active visitors and let them know we're having a members luncheon. So I can go into active visitors, and then we can just send an email to that person, to all these people, very quickly the same way. You can see how important these tags can be. So let's then go into events. Events would be our Sunday morning sermons, all of the life groups and Sunday school classes are listed here. And the purpose of this is to keep attendance, because if someone comes and then the next week they do not come, you can see that on a report, and then that will alert you to contact that person and find out if they're all right. So we just had the 10th, so let's go with that. So for Pastor Jay, I do active visitor, and then I also do members. And then I'll do a new visitor entry as well. So let's just go into active visitors. It's very easy to enter attendance on your phone. It's easier to do it on your device than it is to do on a computer, and I'll show you why. Let's say we're checking in. Now it's going to give me the list of just active visitors for that date. Now, as you can see, this row here with the check marks, that is so close to the name. On a computer, it's very far apart, so it's harder to see and align. For example, the Brian, whoever that is, that check mark would be way to the right, so it would just take a little bit longer to enter those things. So I go on an attendance sheet that Pastor Jay remembers who was here. He goes and marks all of those people, and then I go in later the next week and enter them here like this, and that's it. When I'm done, you don't hit save. You don't have to do anything else. You just hit back button on your device, and you can go back to another. It takes a while sometimes for the events to pop up. That's normal. Okay, let's go to Reclaim. This is for Sunday school class. And Pastor Michael, in his class, can assign someone, or Monica can, or Kay Perry could be in charge of checking in these people as they come into the class, or just looking around during the class. So it's so easy, they can just go off Sunday morning and check these folks. And there you go. And then also they can enter any updated information at that time if they need to get their phone numbers, their everything. So let's go out of there. All right, let's see. Let's say we have new visitors for the youth group, Reclaim. Go into people. And over here is a little plus sign at the top right. And you hit that plus sign. And that will enable you to add people. So these are the fields that are going to be displayed when you're adding people. And we can change these as we need to. But for now, this is what has worked for for youth, I don't need an anniversary, but I do need name, age, status, which would be visitor, youth, member, whatever their status might be to the church. That's what this will give us the choices for. Their family, if we can add their family, their education so far or where they work, school, grade, phone number, email, address. So important to get that phone and email, as you know, even the parents' info, so that we can keep them abreast of anything going on, send them reminders or what have you. This will ask what group they're involved with. If they're a member, who is their elder? Any special notes? If they're involved with any other ministries? If they have any allergies, important for the children and youth. If they were saved that day, you enter it here. And if they were baptized last week, let's say, then you would make sure you enter it in these fields. So here we go. Marital status, obviously, that does not apply to them. Birthday, important to get the birthdays for youth and children. We will make sure all of our members have a birthday entered, but for youth and children, it's so important so that we can make sure we celebrate their birthdays and give them a call or send them an email or anything like that. You can actually, from their birthday here, go in and set up an email and set it for the future date of their birthday to go out on that day. So you don't even have to remember it. You can just enter it to do that automatically. So here are the options for status, and this is youth. We can add a family member. Either the family member is already entered in the system, or it gives you an option to add a new person as a family member if they haven't been here before. School, grade, here's the phone info, email, address. Legacy fields are who their elders are, life group notes, and all of the other things that we talked about. And then we would say add person. But if I want to go to a person's page afterward, I would hit here, go to person's page. Okay, so let me show you how to add, let's see here. Let's say we are going to look at a group of people, but we want it to be specific groups. So down here, if you hit that people button in the main page, down here is the filter. You see. And then what we can do is choose who are we pulling up. Let's say I want to pull up people with birthdays. This is helpful for every ministry. Birthdays. Let's say I want all the birthdays listed for January. Hit January here. And now you don't need to enter the day or the year. And when you enter a birthday, you can enter the year as 00. And that will help keep it all where it needs to be. So let's say I just want the people who are youth. I can go into status, youth. This would be for the youth pastor. Let's see, I want to make sure that, okay, that's good. That's who I want to find. And here are those people, the people for January's birthdays. We have Marcus, Seth, Haley, Jansen. So what I would do then is down here, you see this little icon, that means download or export. Well, what am I going to export? We can export into Excel, which will give us all of the fields we need to order that in the right order, and you can keep a list for January. And you can print that out yourself in December. Or we can ask for mailing labels. Super simple. You just stick those labels in the bypass tray, face down, and mailing labels. If you hit download on the device, on your computer, then it will give you an option on the computer. It'll show you where it's downloaded that around at the bottom. You click that, and then it'll give you the options for print. But let's say we want to have the directory, just print it for his records. These are our January birthdays. So you just hit directory and download. This needs to be done on your computer. Something you can print from. Let's see. Let's say he wants to do a letter. If we're ever doing letters, we need to remember this. It's going to download into a Word file, but it doesn't format the letter properly when we do that. So here we have the address info, the name info that will be automatically populated according to the people you've selected, and any ministry can use this. You can type up the letter that you want. Just want to say happy birthday on this day, Pastor Michael, and then you hit download, and it will then give you the letter in Word on your computer. But what it does is it makes a lot of spaces between each paragraph. So you would have to go back in and edit that. It's easier to just type it up yourself or handwrite it yourself, since that's not working and there's no fix for that from Breeze yet. Okay, we want to go back to the main page, dashboard. Okay, so let's go in and say music ministry needs a reminder that they have a rehearsal on a specific day. So here again, we're in all tags. We'll go down to M. Praise team right here. So if new people are joining the praise team, Dreama, you can add them right here. But here's a list of who we have so far entered into this system. So let's say we want to just remind them on their cell phones that they have a rehearsal. Oops. But I don't want to send it now. I want to send it the night before or 2 days before. So on the send button, it has this little arrow. This gives us an option, and this is the same in the email function. If you hit the arrow, you can select when you want to send it. So I would say set a custom date and time. So you can come up with your own. So let's just say instead of the rehearsal, we know that you're going caroling on the 15th. So we just want to remind your team on the 14th. Let's say we want to remind them around 7 p.m. just so it stays fresh in their mind. This is the time selection here, 7 p.m., the night before, and then just click send on this day at 7 p.m. And you can always go back in and cancel that if you had to. And you could also remind them by email. Another option is we were talking about sending church-wide emails for prayer requests. In that, any of you who has this program on this app on their phone or device can do this. So let us say that this is Pastor Buckles, and he goes and visits someone in